We felt very strongly that this was a brown recluse spider bite.
The brown recluse spider carries a highly toxic venom. Considered non-aggressive, it only bites when disturbed or threatened. The brown recluse had never been known to inhabit that area of Illinois. With no antivenin available, the doctors had few options in treating Dale. But they had to do something, and fast. The spider's poison was rapidly destroying the tissue in Dale's leg and threatened to spread even further.
Whatever evil toxins are in there can go deep into the muscle tissues, it can go into other tissues, surrounding tissues.
Plus the fact there's an infection very rapidly spreading in front of us, we're worried about the possibility of what's called necrotizing fasciitis, which is a flesh-eating bacteria.
Unfortunately, this type of infection can lead to death in normal, healthy people.
Yeah, hi, Cindy. This is Dr. Whippler. Can you please page Dr. Gupta for me, the surgeon? Yeah.
Within the hour, Dale was wheeled into emergency surgery. Doctors were now in a race to remove the infected tissue and the deadly venom. But even if they could save his life, there was still a chance that Dale could lose his leg.
If the disease process itself and the infection really spread within the layers of the muscle, that then becomes a life-threatening infection. Between life-threatening and limb-threatening, unfortunately, the limb always loses.
In a 2-hour surgery, Dr. Gupta opened the center of the wound and attempted to rid Dale's body of the raging infection, carefully cutting away the dead tissue and draining the toxic venom. When Dale woke up from the surgery and saw his leg, he was shocked.
They didn't really tell me what to prepare for. I thought there was just a little cut in my leg. I was looking down my leg. I was like, this got to be somebody else's leg. This can't be mine. This just isn't happening.
The first time I saw that, I had to leave the room. It looked like you could put a whole baseball in his leg and not see the top of the baseball. You could almost see down to muscle.
Doctors had saved the leg in Dale's life. But even with the massive amount of tissue removed, some of the spider's venom still remained in Dale's body. For the next several days, Dale lay in the hospital, feverish and in terrible pain, until doctors thought he was ready to undergo another operation.
We proceeded with a second surgery, which was to remove as much of the necrotic tissue as possible until we were to clean edges and had living skin and living tissue. Luckily enough, Dale's muscles were not involved at that point.
After the second surgery, Dale's fever and other symptoms disappeared. Doctors were now confident that all the infected tissue and the poisonous venom had finally been completely removed.
If Dale hadn't come in, there's a pretty good likelihood that that infection would have spread deeply and we would have had to take the leg, and potentially it could have led to him losing his life.
When Dale finally returned home, he and Megan bought dozens of glue traps.
It was like a horror movie because we kept catching brown recluses on sticky traps that we'd laid around the bed.
As soon as they could, Dale and Megan moved out of their spider-infested apartment. 2 years later, Dale is back to his former active life, but with a fearful respect for the destructive power of a small spider.
A lot of spiders, I realize that they're there for you and me. You know, they eat bugs, they're helpful, they're part of nature. But if I see one of those brown recluses again, I definitely squashing that thing so it won't bite anybody else. Yeah, I don't like spiders.